Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, the series started off real well for the Baltimore Orioles against the Kansas City Royals. Then things went to shit as quickly as that thunderstorm came in Saturday night. Shit just turned around and all of a sudden the bad Orioles were back. Yay! Woohoo! So, very excited. So you can see I'm on MassonSports.com. Let's get to game one. Kansas City Royals, nothing. Baltimore Orioles, 3. Mullins leading off over. Surprising that you won a game where your leadoff hitter did nothing for you. Gunnar Henderson only had 1 hit. He didn't do much for you either, but you still won. So, good job. Adley Rutschman 1 hit, O'Hearn 2 hits, 2 RBIs, facing the organization that kind of never really gave him a chance and then kind of gave up on him. Of course, they traded him to the Orioles instead of actually giving up on him, but so it's not too bad. Mountcastle 2 hits, Holiday 1 hit, Ryno over but did walk once, Kjerstad 1 hit. Carlson, defensive replacement late, did not get in at bat. Emmanuel Rivera on the roster replacing Jordan Westburg. 1 hit and an RBI. Well, alright. Mountcastle and Rutschman with doubles, O'Hearn with a home run. But that one felt good. Dean Kramer getting the start in this game, and in only 82 pitches, he pitched 7 full innings. Wow. Such a good performance. Not only, a few hitters, a few timely hits. Let's say Rivera getting his RBI there. Very well pitched game. All of a sudden, I don't get it. Like, how can you look so good one game and just so bad in others? Especially when they're right next to each other. It's not like 5 weeks went by. 24 hours goes by. Oh, okay. Dean Kramer, 7 full innings, gives up 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. 3 hits and a walk in 7 innings? Damn. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. Yanier Cano, in relief of Dean Kramer, gets the full 8th inning, does give up a hit, but no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Felix Bautista in for the 9th and his 6th save. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Definitely seemed to be a more, I want to say, efficient outing for Bautista. 12 pitches. We have noticed sometimes over Bautista's short career, even though it doesn't seem like it, with the Baltimore Orioles, he can lack command a little bit. Sometimes you get these outings where 12 pitches he can get you 3 outs. So, if he's not all the way back, he is very close to all the way back. The velocity, as far as I remember, 99 is where he's gotten back to so far. Not quite 100 yet, which, to be perfectly honest, is fine. 99 is, especially with that splitter to go along with it. So, he's not fully back, but he's getting really close. He's getting really close. And this is, not back-to-back games, but save opportunity in that game as series finale with the Yankees. Then the day off, Thursday, and then this was Friday. So, that might have been the least amount of time off between outings that he's had this year. Because the Orioles just have not had, they just haven't done that well. Here you go. Let's get to game 2. Kansas City Royals 4, Baltimore Orioles nothing. Yeah. They got 1 full inning complete, and then come thunderstorms. Now they did take the tarp, or they did bring the tarp out a little earlier than the thunderstorm actually hit. And then it takes 15, 20 minutes to get the tarp off the field and get the field ready back ready again. So it was only like a 55-minute-ish rain delay. Mullins, Ofer. Rutschman, Ofer did walk once. Henderson, 3 hits. It's like when the rest of the lineup's hitting, Henderson wasn't. Now Henderson has figured it out, and the rest of the lineup ain't doing shit. Cool. Awesome. Dickheads need to put it together. Mountcastle up in a cleanup spot. Not sure I really like that. Mountcastle just has not really gotten it going this year. So, him that high in the lineup, I don't like. Ofer, Ryan Mountcastle with 3 strikeouts. Yeah, put him in a cleanup spot. Did not work out for you at all. O'Hearn 1 hit. Laureano 1 hit. Also walked once. Kerstad, Ofer. I guess we're just at the point where we're giving guys shorter leashes. At least maybe us as a fan base. Or maybe me as a fan base. Because I feel like I gave Kimbrel a very long leash last year. And to a certain extent, he gave us, 2.5 good months? For an aging closer. It's not terrible, I guess. Though, I mean, when you're paying these guys performing, they don't end up performing, then yeah, you kind of a little annoyed. But Kerstad just doesn't look good in the outfield to me. I don't think he goes after, or not necessarily going after, but tracking balls very well. I feel like even when a ball hits a wall and then it's rolling around in there and he has to go fetch it in a corner, he doesn't even do that well. He throws very well from the spot out there. He does. And I think that's why the Orioles really want him in the outfield. But you got to get the ball first. You can't just throw the ball without getting it first. You have to get the ball. And he just doesn't seem to be that good at it, which is disappointing. And then you see nights like this where he's not even really hitting either. So, Oh, look at this. He gets pinch hit for his last 2 at-bats by Kobe Mayo. Yes, Kobe Mayo is back. Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody else on the injured list. So they can't get their pitching and hitting the lineup, making bad decisions from a managerial spot, and they can't keep their guys healthy. Umpires making bad calls, really seem to be on purpose, like they're trying to screw over the Baltimore Orioles. And at the same time, they hit balls hard a lot of the time right at dudes. Ain't got no luck. Umpires screwing them over. Can't make good decisions. Can't stay healthy. Can't have your offense and your defense working together to win a game. Wow. Again, perfect storm of suckiness. Kind of like the somewhat perfect storm that rolled in Saturday. Kobe Mayo, Ofer, in his first 2 plate appearances this season. Manuel Rivera starting at third base a lot because Westberg on the IL. Rivera does get a hit. Dylan Carlson, around the same time Kobe Mayo gets pinched. When the hell did he do this? Oh, Mayo ended the game, that's right. Around the same time Mayo pinch hits, because he's not going to go play the outfield. Dylan Carlson replacing Emmanuel Rivera in the lineup. And then Mayo and Carlson switch spots. Of course, you don't necessarily see that. It's more the manager flipping the spots. I mean, I only mention that because it is something that a manager has to tell an umpire. And what if the rules still exist? Because I remember, was it Bob Brenly years ago wanted to make a move and didn't even tell the umpires, just made the move. The umpires yelled at him and didn't allow him to make the move. Because technically, I guess by the rule book, You're supposed to tell the umpire first. You're not necessarily asking them, you are just informing them. But you don't inform them, you're technically not allowed to even make the moves. But you all need to know some of this information. Mateo Ofer. He's not even really getting that much more playing time with Westberg on the IL. Now, Arias on the IL, maybe Mateo will get a few more at bats, but Rivera's hitting. Mayo, you want to see him play. It's like Mateo's still the odd man out, even with all that speed. But when you have throwing errors, yeah. I mentioned that before. Earlier in the year, he had a throwing error. Now, this one was a little different. He's trying to turn a double play. He's on the back half of a double play. Were they going to get the guy? I don't know. It was close. They probably weren't going to get him. He probably should have just eaten it, but he didn't. He threw it, and to a certain extent, it didn't hurt the club. They didn't give up an extra run because of it. It's just, he really threw a ball he shouldn't have thrown. Ends up getting the error, but got lucky that it didn't cost us. Zagano gets a start in this game, pitched really well. Despite coming out and pitching his half of the inning in the first, and then being shut down a bit with the 55-minute rain delay. Somewhat surprising. It did try to lead to a discussion, but it never really got answered. How long do you allow your starting pitcher to sit in there on a rain delay? Like, what's the cutoff? What's the point of no return where he's not going to come back out? Came back out, pitched fine. 6 full innings pitched, gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, gets 4 strikeouts. It's not a bad outing. That's a very good outing. Your offense or your entire team, it's kept in the game. It's just, hey, one of you boys on offense want to do something? No? Okay, cool, wonderful. Brian Baker in relief of Sagano, getting the full 7th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Then here, yeah. So Anthony Dominguez getting the 8th inning. Excuse me. We have seen Dominguez pitch really well this season. Did not have it Saturday night. Only getting the first 2 outs of the 8th inning, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Cianel Perez in relief of Dominguez. Gets the final out in the 8th inning and then pitches the full 9th inning. Giving up, 1 in, a third innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. It's fine. It's a fine performance. It's just, and even as the pitching staff as a whole, pitching the 9 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, that's not terrible. That's not a game where you look at it and you say, the pitching staff screwed you over. They didn't keep their end of the bargain and you lost the game. That's not what happened. Pitching staff kept their end of the bargain. Sure, less runs or less hits or less could have helped, but that's not this is not a performance you should be complaining about. This is what you should be complaining about. These jackasses. Where everybody except Henderson, because Henderson had half the team's hits. Somebody else want to hit the baseball? That's what you're here for. This game, I don't know what the hell happened. I feel like there were moments where you look at it and like, all right, we're still in this game. And then it's like, what the hell are you idiots doing? Kansas City Royals 11, Baltimore Orioles 6. Royals won in their second, Orioles won in their second. Then Orioles won in their third. Kansas City Royals 2 in their fourth. Then the Orioles won in their fourth. 1 in the Royals' fifth, 2 in the Orioles' fifth, 1 in the Royals' sixth, then went to shit. 2 in a row 7th, 2 in a row 8th, 2 in a row 9th. Orioles only getting 1 in the 8th there. So it was a seesaw battle. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then all of a sudden, the Orioles just stopped. Just, all right, cool. Whatever. Mullins a hit and an RBI. Henderson 2 hits, walked once. Rutschman a hit and an RBI. O'Hearn 2 hits and an RBI. Also struck out 3 times. Mountcastle a hit and an RBI. Holiday 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Mayo 0 did walk once, so there's that. Kerstad 1 hit. Who's supposed to be some of your 2 good young prospects? Good hitters. Yeah, not really seeing it, but okay. Maverick Hanley, Ofer. Ron Lariano pinch hits late, and then for some reason Lariano goes into the field somewhere. That's right. Pinch hitting for Maverick Hanley. What do you do at catcher? Oh, well, we DH Adley Rutschman. So now Rutschman has to go into catcher. And then Matt Bowman technically is slotted into the lineup. Because you put your DH in the field. Because got to have Rutschman in the lineup. Though you really don't. Because obviously did nothing for this game. O'Hearn, Rutschman, Henderson, Kerstad with doubles, Holiday with 2, Mullins, and O'Hearn all with home runs. Yeah. Sounds like you had a great day offensively. Idiot pitchers couldn't do anything about it. Not that their manager helped them out, but it's fine. Whatever. Kyle Gibson gets to start in this game. He throws 81 pitches, 4 full innings. Yeah, he's not fully back yet. It's not the greatest performance, but it's better. It is an improvement over the last outing against the Yankees. So we'll see where he's at in a few more outings. 4 full innings pitch, gives up 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Not terrible, I guess. It's not. You would have preferred. I mean, if the bullpen comes in and does their damn job, it's fine. Okay, yeah, they got to cover 5 innings. Well, off days sandwiched this series. So, again, off day Thursday, off day Monday today. So you only got to cover Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, your bullpen should be fine. It should be. Unless there are injuries that you were not telling us about. Which is possible, because if you look at the names here, you notice Gregory Soto didn't pitch in the entire series. Why? Can't tell you. Haven't seen anything or heard anything that Gregory Soto is injured. Did I miss something? It's possible. It's possible. But haven't seen it in any of the articles here on the website. Didn't hear about it in any of the post-game comments. Again, is it possible I missed something and Gregory Soto's dealing with some kind of ailment? Sure, it's possible. I'll be goddamn. You put in Charlie damn ass Morton. Whatever. Brian Baker coming on in relief of Kyle Gibson. Does pitch the full 5th inning. Not before giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. This isn't going well. Somebody do their job out of the bullpen, please. And Keegan Aiken to the rescue. Pitching the full 6th inning. Does give up a hit, but no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Thank you. Now, somebody on the offense, let's get some add-on runs. And then the next man out of the bullpen, it's Yonier Cano. Hey, man, just do you, and we're fine. Well, apparently, Cano didn't want to do that. It was still Maverick Hanley in there catching at that point, or maybe it was. When exactly did they pinch hit for Hanley? Oh, he was hit by a pitch. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. That's awesome. Hopefully that's not why he was pinch hit for. Here in the 8th. So the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. What? Okay, well, he might be injured then. I mean, you pinch hit for Maverick Hanley with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, knowing that you're now going to have to put Rutschman in the field and lose your DH? Okay. And also, well, I guess you got Dylan Carlson. So you would lose Ramon Laureanos' services to play defense. Okay. I mean, whatever. I mean, unless you do a double switch kind of thing. But, did they do that? No, they didn't do that. So, okay. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, at this point here with Cano, it's Maverick Hanley in there. Does that have something to do with it? I mean, you hear some of these guys when they're coming up through the minor leagues, or who the hell was that? I don't even remember who the hell that was. I mean, how much are these guys learning how to call games in college, in the minor leagues, and then when they get to the pros here, who's calling games? You did hear something after Kyle Gibson's last start that apparently he's trying to call pitches and Rutschman's trying to call pitches at the same time. Why exactly that would be happening, I don't know. If the pitcher, like say Kyle Gibson, wants to call his own pitches, hey Rutschman, stop pressing the buttons. Right? Okay, fine. Do whatever you want. Press buttons on the keypad. Whatever. Because you got to push the button. Kyle Gibson wants to call his own damn game. Call his own damn game. Even if you're Adley Rutschman, because I don't know that you can call a good game either. Didn't look like Maverick Hanley knew what he was calling down there, because everybody was giving up runs except for Aiken. I mean, here's Cano in the 7th. 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Who hit the home run off of Cano? Wick Jr. and Pasquantino. So, he gave up 2 home runs. 2 home runs. So did Baker, India, and Garcia. What the hell's going on? These are guys that not only rarely give up a home run, but don't give up 2 home runs in 1 inning. Why the hell did this happen yesterday? I don't know, man. You wonder what these guys are calling back there. I don't know that they know what they're doing, but whatever. Keep doing whatever. So at this point, after Cano gets the 7th here. It's what? 7-5? My math right there. Yeah, it's 7-5 Kansas City Royals. You put in Charlie Morton for the 8th? What? Come on now. You look at that move and you say, okay, you've given up. You've given up. Oh, cool. Charlie Morton in the 8th. Yes, okay, you're losing by 2 runs. That's still a close game. Especially the way your offense has performed up to this point in the game. Now, is Kansas City's bullpen pretty good? Yeah. So are you less likely to get runs off the Kansas City bullpen? Sure. Yeah, obviously. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. So why the hell, Brandon Hyde, are you throwing in Charlie Morton here in the 8th? You didn't do that last year with... Shit, space on his name. What the hell is his name? Craig Kimbrell. When Craig Kimbrell was having problems, you didn't put him in close games like this. So why are you doing this with Morton? Okay. Yeah, Bowman, you had him available, obviously, because you used him in the 9th. I feel like the way he's been pitching a little better than Charlie Morton, so He should be next in line before Charlie Morton. And again, as I mentioned earlier, where the hell's Gregory Soto? I don't care lefty-righty matchup bullshit. I don't care. I don't care if they're all righties in the inning. It obviously didn't matter. 3 hits and 2 runs. Would Soto have been a better option here? Would Bowman have been a better option in the 8th? In my opinion, yes. Because Charlie Morton is not getting outs. Or not getting outs at the rate he needs to before he gives up runs. So, why is he coming in these close games? Why? I understand why he's still on the roster. I get that. You're paying him $15 million to suck ass. Whatever. But why Charlie Morton as opposed to Soto or Bowman in the 8th? The game is still close. Because it makes sense if you bring in Bowman in the 8th and he gives up the same runs that Morton does, and then you bring Morton in and not because who cares now? Right? No? Oh, okay. Yeah, just bring Charlie Morton in. He comes in and pitches the 8th inning, gives up 3 hits, 2 runs, no walks, no strikeouts. I do feel like in some cases the fan base can overreact. And yes, I did think the fan base overreacted a little bit with Craig Kimbrell last year. But the difference between Kimbrell last year and Morton this year is we saw Craig Kimbrell have success. For what? The first 2.5 months of the season, he pitched well. We have not seen Charlie Morton have any success. None. But oh yeah, let's just keep him around. Well, you paid him. His contract's guaranteed, even though he's sucking right now. Whatever, man. Do whatever. Bowman gets the 9th. Does get through the inning. Yay. But not before 2 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Well, at least he got a strikeout. I mean, that's still better than Charlie Morton, right? Because Morton gave up 3 hits and didn't strike out anybody. At least Bowman gave up only 2 hits and did strike somebody out. Morton did his in 24 pitches. Bowman only threw 18. So it's 6 less pitches, and actually Morton only threw 2 more strikes. So it doesn't even look like, from what I can tell, Matt Bowman's a better pitcher right now than Charlie Morton. So why in the hell is Morton not the last man in the bullpen? He's the last dude. Because he's the worst. He's the worst out there right now. And it's a really good, you're really going to have hard decisions because you actually only have 4 starting pitchers. Because you have relegated Charlie Morton to the bullpen. So what do you do? What's game 2? Because they announced game 1 starter and game 3 starters, not game 2 starters of this upcoming series in Minnesota. So what do you do when Wednesday comes around? You need a starter. Your worst starter right now is technically Charlie Morton. I mean, do you want to send Bowman away? Do you want to send... Who could you even send? Who the hell? I forget every time they list who has options. I know Batista can have options, but you don't want to send them away. There's one guy. It's either Aiken or it's Perez. I feel like it's Aiken. Yeah, no, I can't remember. I'll have to look that up somewhere. So what do you do? Well, I mean, it might... Oh, and by the way, as I'll get to in the next article, actually, it's probably a good segue for this article here. Chase McDermott is done with his rehab's assignment and has been optioned to AAA Norfolk, so he's off the injured list. Oh my God! Wow, we got a pitcher off the injured list. Holy shit! Trevor Rogers doing rehab in AAA, and Eflin and Kittredge are doing rehab in Single A, which seems backwards, but it's whatever. Yes, Eflin, rehab start in High A Aberdeen. Somewhere between Friday and Sunday. I don't remember what day it was. This article, courtesy of Rock Kabatko, he wrote this yesterday, the 4th. And then Kittredge actually came in and relieved Eflin in that game, that minor league game. So, getting a few pieces close to ready to come back. And maybe that's why you put Morton out there. Because you got to see what he's offering you. If he's not offering you anything good, then when Eflin starts coming back or Kittredge starts coming back, see you, Charlie. Bye. $15 million down the fucking drain. Good job. Which doesn't make sense because of all the problems you had with Kimbrel and all the... I want to say some people had a little backlash when they heard that they signed Kimbrel, being how old Kimbrel was. Charlie Morton older than Greg Kimbrel. What did you sign Morton for? Idiots. Whatever. Hard decision time coming. And not just on that front. Hitting front as well. Mona Arias put on the injured list a hamstring thing. So Kobe Mayer recalled. Now Jordan Westburg is eligible to come off the injured list this coming Wednesday in this article courtesy of Rakabatka. Now, is he going to be ready to go? We don't really know yet. I mean, it sure is possible. But who do you send away? Well, do you want to send Mayo down? Do you really want to? You just brought him up. You really want to do that. Does Michael Elias want to do that? You bring Mayo up for what? 4 to 5 games and then you send him back down. No, Michael Elias actually does not want to do that. Did he have to? Did he want to? Probably not. No. Do you want to send Rivera away? Well, Rivera would have to clear waivers. Do you want to send Mateo away? Possibly. I feel like it might be Mateo because Rivera's hitting. Mayo, you don't want to send him down. You want him in the major leagues to show you what he can do, if he can do anything. So who's the odd man out? Well, Mateo's getting the least amount of playing time, I think. So, yeah. Up the creek without a paddle or whatever. Oh, well, I mean, it's the job you chose, Michael Elias. Hard decision time. This isn't 3-4 years ago when it was almost clear some of these guys were going to be Major League Baseball players and some of them weren't. Now it's hard. Because you got to decide which of these guys belong on a World Series contender team and which guys just belong on a team. Yep. So, yeah, actually, Wednesday's a big decision day because you're going to need another starter and, well, we don't know about Jordan Westburg yet. He may not be ready to come back Wednesday. Though what I'm saying is he's eligible. As in, you're on 10 or 15 days. So once that 10 days is up, that's when you're eligible. Oh, and the thing with Chase McDermott is since they optioned him recently, he has to actually be there 15 days unless replacing somebody with an injury. So Chase McDermott actually is not an option to pitch Wednesday unless they send somebody away with an injury. And it has to be a pitcher, actually, because they changed that rule a few years ago. 13 pitchers, 13 position players. Or, I guess, 13 max pitchers. You could have more position players if you want. Let's get to the schedule here. Monday, off day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3-game series with the Minnesota Twins in Minnesota. Tuesday's game scheduled for 7:40. Wednesday's game scheduled for 7:40. Thursday's game scheduled for 1:10. and no off day in between Minnesota series and the Los Angeles Angels series. So that's going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report. Please stay tuned for Friday, and I will discuss the series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Minnesota Twins. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.